Hello. It is Fragrance Friday. And y'all, we are talking about the season of love. We're talking about self love. We're talking about Valentine's Day. We're talking about Singleness Awareness Day, whatever that day is for you and your crew. This is what we're talking about. And so there are notes. We're going to talk notes first. Notes that easily give you romance, flirtiness, a little sexiness, like things that already align with our Valentine energy. Of course, you got your rose note. Rose is that flower that instantly rose, jasmine. Those floral notes are going to pop up in there. Those in particular are really romantic, even honeysuckle gardenia that can kind of sneak in there. Then you're going to look at maybe like your citrus notes, and these are going to be very specific. I feel that they're going to be localized. So you're going to look for like Sicilian lemon or mandarin. I love anything Jeju, anything from the Jeju Islands in Korea. Like I love it. When it comes to woody notes, think softer woods because softer woods tend to be a little bit more sexy. Your sandalwood, some of your cedar notes. I love a vanilla here too because when we get into spices, vanilla is a great spice when it comes to those more romantic, intimate moments. I think it's great for that. Chocolate, supposed aphrodisiac. So, yes, chocolate, cocoa notes, those are wonderful to have in there too. So, I'm going to go through a couple of my fragrances. This video is also partially in collaboration, in connection, in ambassadorship with Snif. And so, I'm going to start with my Snif fragrances because these are two that I bought again before I became a Sniff ambassador because I love the brand and I love all of the brands connected to it. So, quick rundown of Sniff. They've got their main category, their main collection of fragrances and candles and washware. I mean, not washware, but like laundry supplies and whatnot. And then they've got like their fine or like higher end fine fragrances. They've got their secret menu, and then now they have Noteworks, which is a music inspired fragrance line. So, this first fragrance is actually from Noteworks. This one is called Room for Dessert. I have the travel size, wanted to try it out. This was the first one that when I looked at it and I looked at the notes, I was like, this aligns a little bit more with what I could see myself wearing at this moment. They've got one that's more citrus. I have so many citrus fragrances, like I have so many, so I don't need another citrus fragrance. But first of all, get into this bottle. Get into this bottle, and you see Noteworks written down there. Noteworks without the second O, but fantastic. So here are our notes, and we're going to give this one a spray. Sprays out so easily, so calmly. There it is, boom. Top notes of strawberry and creme brulee accord. You've got ambrette and vanilla in the middle, and then base note you've got an orchinox, which is like a trademarked kind of orchid musk kind of note. So it's woody, it's floral, it's subtle, and then you've also got cedar. Instantly when I got this one, I was like, this is fantastic. I could see myself layering with this with other things in my collection that have some of those notes, whether it's Burberry Her Intense, that has the same like strawberry kind of note. Nest New York Santa Barbara strawberry would be great with this as an oil base. It would even It would even work with the Rare Beauty Fine Comfort body butter with the peach notes, really rich and moisturizing, but kind of sweet and fruity. This is nice. The creme brulee accord comes through because you do get this kind of jammy, warm confection, dessert, gourmand experience. Now, this next one, I love the presentation. I love the sensorial experience in of itself is fantastic, but the presentation gives me everything. So this is Rose Era. And so you've got this gorgeous artwork on both sides of the box, front and the back. You've got Rose Era written, you've got Sniff on top. And then watch this. This is in collaboration. Um, this is just such a beautiful experience. Like each l- petal of this flower that holds your fragrance, each petal has wonderful, just beautiful design on it. It's beautiful, just gorgeous. But this is Rose Era. Um, I I've sprayed and I've worn Rose Era a time or two now. Um, for those who don't know this about me, I love a rose note. Rose is one of those notes that I'm just like, yes, if it's done right, I'm 100% here for it. And what I like about this fragrance for my floral wearers is this is not just a floral fragrance. This is a floral fruity rose. You've got damask rose. You've also got Rosa centifolia, another rose note known in fragrance. So you've got the rose there. You've got dewdrop. You've got strawberry. You've got fresh laundry notes. You've got saffron notes, white moss. Orchinox again here. So this soft, kind of fluffy, velvety, floral, woody scent, and then additional woods. This is not your typical rose. This is not your typical rose fragrance. So those who don't love rose, you might want to get into this one. This is a little bit different. Okay. So Rose Era, beautiful packaging, beautiful box, Sniff. I mean, they really just hit it out of the park. There's so many others that I would wear for dates, for special nights. Way with Woods, this like woody fragrance that is like it's definitely it leans a little bit more masculine, but it's like a sweeter wood. I talked about it in a previous video. That one's fantastic. Me, I wear me all the time. It is just an easy fragrance to throw on when whether you don't know what to wear or you just want something as a base fragrance on top of those body butters to instantly be like, okay, so now we're gonna lean in this direction. But it's great to just really get that body, that you of a fragrance enhanced before you go to the next step. So many, so many. So I thank you, Sniff, for that. That was cute. So next we're gonna move into some of the other fragrances I would wear. This is a new one. This one literally just came out a week ago. Nest New York, as y'all know, and I have a very passionate, torrid love affair going on. It is ridiculous. This newest collection edition is watermelon peony. And let me tell you, I was a florist. I spent a year as a florist. It was a great job. I had a lot of fun. Peonies are some of my absolute favorite flowers of all time. And, you know, we're here in the South. I garden. I've grown melon. Love a good melon. I was really concerned about what this was going to smell like when I saw there was going to be a watermelon peony coming from Nest New York. But I was like, they don't miss when it comes to that kind of thing. Like, that is something they get very right. They get florals and they get some of these fruit notes absolutely spot on. And to me, no fragrance that I have from Nest New York is a miss. And even just taking the top off this roller ball and just kind of floating it around, the fragrance is beautiful. It is a wonderful wear. I love throwing this on. Like this is just so flirty and fun, but grown up. And it's watermelon peony nest New York. You get your fruit notes here. You've got coral charm peony, which I sold those. I made arrangements with those. Very specific peony, very specific color, a very specific way that it develops and kind of blooms out. And even kind of changes and transitions in color, but pairing that with melon and nashi pear and lemon, it is just this wonderful, bright, but adult, citrusy, floral, fruity situation, fragrant situation. That is a wonderful fragrance, and I would recommend that to anyone who wants a little, just a slight shoulder shimmy. Like it's going to give you just a little. Okay, so next we're going to move into, I think, what was a surprise for me, because this was going to be in my list of fragrances I was getting rid of. And I sprayed it again and I wore it for a day. And I said, oh, this kind of eats down after it sat down for a sec. You sit her down, you sit this baby down in the corner for just a minute. You let her percolate and think about her life choices. And she comes back to you whole different. So this is Summer Mink. I think this is Drake's fragrance. I think this is the one that Drake was the face of and really big and pushing. Top notes: citrus, clary sage, petitgrain, mid notes of jasmine, jasmine sunbox specifically, and rose, spices, and then a base of musks and vetiver. This, it took a few months for me to like this because I did not like it. I didn't. I was not here for it. But After a few months, this is through Better World Fragrance House. After a few months, and this was gifted to me. Thank you, Brandon, for this one. Because I didn't think I was gonna like it. I've been wearing it a lot more, and it's creamy. There's something really creamy and kind of milky and velvety about this fragrance that really works. Next, I'm gonna take a walk down memory lane. I used to work for Buckle. Anyone who's familiar with the retailer Buckle, specialty denim store, it's where I learned and got a lot of like my fashion, like inspiration. It was my fashion playground. I had so much fun working for that company. But this was a fragrance that came out while I was working there. And you see, it's like 75% gone, 65% gone. It is something that I always get compliments when I wear it. And I haven't worn it in a few years. But this fragrance is still good. This was a hitter. Like I wore this with. They have a line of collections. Buckle does BKE fragrances. This is BKE Gray. This was one that would be wonderful for a date, for an intimate moment, for a group gathering. It smells good. Top notes: bergamot, glacial pear, coriander. Mid notes: you've got the cardamom, you've got geranium, you've got cedar incense. And then base notes: we've got white bark pine, sandalwood, and slate musk. It's clean, slightly metallic, slightly citrusy, but it's this really fresh men's fragrance. It's much more masculine, but it's just one that I've kept in my collection because I've always loved the smell of it. Like I could never see myself getting rid of it. And definitely could see myself re-upping. It's the $35 fragrance that is that good. Projection is wonderful. Sillage is wonderful. Longevity is wonderful. Listen, me and Buckle might not be on the greatest of terms, but me and BKE Gray, period. So, next we're gonna move into my Black History Spotlight of the month too. This is a wonderful fragrance. I've been wearing this one for a minute. I have a travel size in it, and I have this, and this is just wonderful. So this is Langston, inspired by Langston Hughes from Harlem Perfume Company. And here on the top, we've got notes of apple, cinnamon, caramel, chocolate. Remember, I was telling you chocolate earlier. Mid notes of brandy, a little boozy, orris, orange, night blooming jasmine, and labdanum. So really nice, rich, like rich smell, base of vanilla, sandalwood, tonka bean, and musks. So I love this fragrance. This is such a good one. Such a good one. And what I like about this is it's got a very unique projection. Projects really quickly, really wide. It's vibrant. You get the orange, you get the apple, you get the cinnamon, you get the chocolate, you get the caramel. And as it begins to settle a little bit, you get into that booziness that is just very much the brandy. So, Harlem Perfume Company, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love this fragrance. It's so beautiful. I layer this with my lactonics. I layer this with my like kind of subtle, either like gourmand, or even sometimes I will take the more like woody or subtly fragrance. I mean, subtle floral or skin musk direction, because this just pairs wonderfully with those. So Langston, love that as a my Black History shout out. And then for my like minimalist, for those people who are like, I don't want anything loud. I want something really close. I want to hit like the hot spots with it. I'm gonna tell you, Rosie by Rosie Jane. This is musky, it's woody, it's skin close, and it's got a subtle hint of rose. And it's beautiful. If you are the kind of person who really wants to let your pheromones do the hard work, and you just want to hit something, hit this on those hot spots. Hit this on like, in a wrist, in a thigh, ankles, behind the knees, behind the neck. If you have hair that's down a little bit, that's gonna brush against your concentrated perfume oils are gonna be great for hitting right there on the back of the neck because that's just gonna keep that fragrance going. Rosie by Rosie Jane is a great one for this because it just kind of intensifies your like personal situation you got going on, but it adds this kind of like flirty, sexy rose like hint on top of it. It's like, okay, that's nice. Like that's giving velvety. That's giving like warm and like soft. Like I like that. So yes, these are some of like my love is in the air themed fragrances because I think these are gonna be great just to equip you with some ideas of what to go out in. So let's run through the line. But y'all, Valentine's Day, you got a week and a day. Get it together, get yourselves together. If you got to buy stuff, buy your stuff. But I'm here if you have questions and looking forward to the unfolding of this next ritual. Tell me how y'all feel about that skincare because I was doing some skincare. Did you see that last video? Did some skincare. So, yes, get down in those comments and let me know what you think. Phoenix J out.